Welcome to all of you. We are part of a new venture around the Revised Common Lectionary, and that is that we, as a help to pastors, that we get 4 or 5 people together on a weekly basis just to talk about the text for the week. So the idea is not that we give a full sermon, but this is a real conversation, and we think it might be helpful to pastors, wherever they might be, to help prepare and think about the coming Sunday. For this week, this conversation will be on the third Sunday of Lent, working with those texts. And if I could just remind you, the 4 texts, we know the Common Lectionary always have an Old Testament Psalm, Gospel, and Epistle text. And the 4 texts are Exodus 17, 1-7, Psalm 95, Romans 5, and then John 4, the story that we're going to attend to today. The focus will be on I just mentioned the other text, the focus will be on the John 4 text. And it seems, this is always interesting, maybe also for people who listen, the connection between the 4 texts is a reference to water. Yeah. And if you ask, this is in Lent, I mean, where's the Lent connection? Is also because seemingly, this is what I get, that Lent was leading up to the Holy Week. In the early church, that was also the time for the baptisms in the church. And the water here was kind of, I mean, it's a broad concept, but it was also a preparation for the baptisms that took place during Lent. I'm quickly going to ask you to introduce yourselves to the group.
Okay, my name is Tony Robinson. I'm the minister at Stellenbosch United Church, and I'm with the Uniting Presbyterian Church in Southern Africa.
I'm Bruce Theron with the Congregation Church out in Kuilsrivier, and I'm a program manager at Ecclesia currently, working on word and worship.
I'm Daniel de Wit, hier at the Dutch Folk Church Stellenbosch West, hier in die NG Kerk op Stellenbosch.
I'm Lolly van Derde. I'm still a student at Stellenbosch University, and I'm from Joshua Generation Church. Okay,
great. Yeah, my name is Koenie Burger, Dutch Reformed pastor, but for the moment still director of Ecclesia here. Okay, Lolly, you're the New Testament scholar. Let's start and ask what is in the text. We haven't got time to read the whole text. We know it's Jesus' conversation with the Samaritan woman. But maybe give us a little background. What did you get? What did you hear?
I think, first of all, just to put the text in its textual background, it's always important with the Gospel of John to look at the prologue and to look at the way in which certain things repeat themselves within the Gospel. And when we look at the prologue, the whole theme of the Word becoming flesh, revealing Himself and revealing God to humanity, and then it always creates a division where some accept Jesus in His identity by believing in Him and some reject Jesus, which also transforms their identity. And this we also see within this pericope. So I think that's the first thing to note. And then when we look at the context as well, just saying Samaritan woman, it's already such a loaded term. And especially if you look at the initial verses, the scripture just says that he had to go through Samaria. And some scholars say that he didn't necessarily have to go through there. But when we look at the word have to, or the day in the Greek, we also have to ask ourselves, why did he have to go through it? Was it geographically necessary? Or was it the will of the Father? And I think when we look at the ancient Palestinian context, it's important to note that there was this distinction between public space and private space. And we see in this instance where Jesus comes and he has to go through the town of Samaria, he's already invading a space that the Jews necessarily almost avoided, or they did avoid, to go through that space. And then he's also going into a more private space, which is the well, where the women gathered. And Jesus, a Judean man, is already going over so many boundaries, going into the space, where he then converses with this woman. You so different from him. She's some Samaritan and she's a woman, and it's also mentioned in the text where she says, how is it that you, a Jewish man, ask me, a Samaritan woman, for something to drink? Him essentially also asking her to be hospitable towards him, which is unheard of because he's a Jew. She's not part of his in-group, and he's making himself vulnerable in that way, saying, will you be hospitable towards me? And obviously the conversation shifts to him then being hospitable towards her, extending hospitality, but in a different way, which she initially misunderstands. You know, when Jesus says, I'll give you living water that you will never thirst again, and she misunderstands and says, but where's your water pot? But yeah, Jesus just extending across boundaries, and also the whole conversation of her then telling Jesus, but we worship here, and you Jews, you worship there. Where is the correct place to worship? And we all know the scripture where Jesus says that there will come a time when the true worshippers will worship within spirit and truth. And it's almost as if he's not just breaking down walls between ways of worship, but almost breaking down walls between worshippers, telling her that there's an alternative reality where these walls do not exist. There's a new life. And just the theme of water as well, Jesus is guaranteeing her water. He says, if you know who it is who's talking to you, you will ask me for the water. And this water referring more to what than she's drinking, it's referring to eternal life. And then Jesus going further to say it's a life spring that will well up in her. And you know, in the meantime, the disciples come and they're also shocked. They're shocked that Jesus is talking to this woman. And I think just on that, it's important to realize that there weren't properly women disciples among those 12. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been shocked that Jesus is talking to a woman. And I think that just adds a lot of impact to the text. The fact that Jesus is choosing, he's got 12 disciples, where he's choosing this woman to minister to the town of Samaria. And we know she drops her water bucket there, which could be just symbolic for her finding the water, actually, that she came for every time. She's going into a town, and once again, this tension between the public and the private. Women were not really allowed to speak in the public sphere, were keeping to themselves in the private sphere. And she goes into the public sphere, and she testifies to, it says, to people, not just men and women. So she's testifying to men and women about this man that she just encountered. And we all know what Jesus told her. He asked her, go and get your husband. And then this whole thing opens up about the fact that she's not married, she's had 5 men. We don't know, it could be, she could have been widowed 5 times, we actually don't know. But the fact that she takes this information, which would have still been shameful, I think, just the fact that she went to the well at a time where the other women weren't there, she was alone, it was at noon, they usually went in the mornings, just says something of the fact that she, even though maybe she might have been a victim of the system, she was still ostracized. And this woman goes and she takes this testimony of this man who actually tells her everything that she had ever did, which was not an achievement, and she takes that as the basis for Jesus' testimony. And she goes into the town and proclaims, and the Samaritans obviously believe. And then we see again that hospitality that's being extended, where they ask Jesus to stay with them. The Samaritans ask a Jewish man to stay with them. I think that's basically the thrust of the text, and also just an important thing within the text is Jesus revealing himself as the Messiah. As we said at the beginning, identity being revealed, and the moment that the person sees the identity, they believe in Jesus' identity as the Messiah, their identity changes, and they become something else that they were, or that they were in the beginning. So I think that's the broad stroke.
Oh, that's great. I must say the last point, also when I read it, became clear to me that the revelation of Jesus, that you might know of him and might even talk to him, but you don't realize who he really is. And part of the story is how this woman struggled in so many ways, how she kept on misunderstanding him.
Yeah.
But eventually it came through, and she became a witness. Donkey, thank you, Lolly. Anybody else want to come in? What did you hear?
I just found it very interesting the way Dolly unfolded or peeled this whole text to bring its meaning to the fore. I like your play on the tension between the private and the public. Nicodemus went in private, and here they meet in public. nowadays we stick to conventions. Things must be conventional. Yet Jesus surprises constantly by doing something unconventional. Maybe that's a cue for us. What I find very strange is that the disciples who have been with Jesus and still they don't seem to fully understand what he is about. That they find it strange that he should commune with this woman. And what was interesting, and you laid it out, is that this discourse was described in detail, the entire chapter.
Thank you, Daniel.
For me, in terms of the lectionary, it's quite a long passage, but it is fascinating. And I think in terms of preaching, and I know we'll get to that soon, but you need to read the whole passage in church and make sure that you, I mean, Lonnie referred to the boundaries every time, the stepping of the boundaries and challenging people in their boundaries. For me, it stood out, and so I think that's the challenge that really, if we read of the passage, we'll be faced with and see what is Jesus saying here to the disciples, to the women, to the people in town, and just challenging them all the way.
Yeah. Tony?
No, for me, I've just got to come back to the context in terms of the Jewish calendar, and we read earlier on that Jesus has come off the back of a Passover, and the Passover festival is what he's leaving when he goes through Samaria. Probably, as you say, deliberately, because the cultural aspect is heightened by the fact that he's coming from a pilgrimage feast, and the Samaritans would have been horrified that somebody who's not only is the calendar saying that Jerusalem is the place, but actually his actions of leaving Jerusalem and walking through Samaria, is saying, well, I've just come from there and that's my place, and that's the place we really worship. And yet that's not the emphasis that Jesus puts on it. He, in a cultural sense, he abandons his cultural heritage for the sake of what is important. And so, again, with the Passover in the background, one of the celebratory aspects of the Passover is the theme of water, where they not only leave and go through the water, as we read in our Romans 5 text, but that God supplies water in the wilderness in Exodus 17. So this celebration of God supplying water and refreshment, to me, just speaks to the gender issue, the cultural issue, and just the issue of Jesus being prepared to abandon his cultural background for the sake of refreshing people at their point of need. So this whole idea of water it really, really stands in the forefront. I love your exegesis though, the background you gave us, because it's really, really powerful, the way Jesus accepts the Samaritan woman.
Can I add to that maybe? I look at Raymond Brown, a book of his last night quickly. He connects the two. The other text we're going to do after this one next week is John 9. And he says this is a remarkable thing here. It's an encounter, a personal encounter of Jesus with an individual. And you started with a mention to the incarnation and Jesus becoming a human being. And I sense with him that, this is the whole story, how Jesus knows about each one of us. And how he is crossing boundaries to get to us, to come to us. You made an interesting point, even the references, it's a strange reference when Jesus asked her about her husband. And he said behind that might be that Jesus indicated to her, I know your story. You're not only a woman, you're not only a Samaritan, you are a sinner, this is part of your history, and in spite of that, I'm reaching out to you. And I must say that really, I think this is a wonderful message for people today. And this is where the gospel is about much more, but it starts with this, that God knows about human beings, He knows about our loneliness, He knows about our pain, and He is serious to offer Himself to each one of us. Anyone else on a personal level? I think it's always helpful. What struck you?
For me, and a personal level, what really struck me is that Jesus personifies a deep listening. The disciples come and they respond to the surface. Whereas Jesus went focused on her need, where she was. And I think it often speaks of our inability to hear. I'm a very poor listener. When people talk, I would already try and think what it is they want to say, and I miss the crux of that. And I just see in this a very deep listening. Somebody that I would love to listen, somebody that I know would listen to my story. That you can come just as I am. And you won't miss that deeper meaning.
Thank you. Someone else?
Yeah, I think for me on a personal level, just the compassion that they have for the women, and also, like you said, the knowledge of her past and the deep knowledge, and within her brokenness, he reaches out to her and asks her, "Come to me." And so, just the compassion, it stands out for me. It's also, "Come to me with your story. I know your story. Come with your brokenness, and I will provide living water."
I think for me, also just the way that she transforms by seeing who Jesus is. Just the way that she almost throws down the pot and runs to her town to testify, and later on the narrator does begin to call it Samaritan woman witnessed. That's almost part of my identity, and for me personally, I can really relate to that. Before Jesus was in my life, and before I knew him as he was and believed in him, there were certain things that I wasn't. And it's almost, he's coming and he's telling her who she actually is right now. But through her experiencing him and knowing who he is, she does transform, and she takes on the role of an evangelist, of something that she wasn't 5 minutes ago. So just that encounter and the way that it changes us in our identity.
It's actually a fulfillment of what Jesus said about the water. Water not only quenches our thirst, but it becomes a stream, flowing out of us to other people. I mean, this is happening to her.
Yeah, exactly.
She is helped, but immediately she becomes a witness to the gospel and bring other people to Jesus. Can we quickly talk about the gospel is not only meant for individuals, it is meant for congregations and for communities. And I think preaching in a congregation situated in a community, we have to reflect on that also. We haven't got much time, but is there something here that you think our congregation should hear, or which applies to the community?
I can share something from my experiences. We about a third of our congregation live in the nearby township of Kaimani, and I find it's a wonderfully miraculous, refreshing experience visiting in a home in the township, or spending time in the small community worship center there with our people, because it's always a gift when we visit across these barriers and we spend time with one another and sit down for long enough to listen to one another's stories. You never go away unchanged. And for me, that's one of the powerful things. This refreshing. It is miraculous. It's something that you do a physical thing, you do a simple thing like going into somebody's house, and there is this miraculous sense of you both come away richer for it.
I also thought the way Jesus crossed boundaries here. Bruce, you said about us being conventional, and live within these man-made boundaries that we have. Applying to women, applying to people of other cultures, even religious, over those, crossing those boundaries. I myself, Danny did one of the studies, I think in the English one, and he referred to the African commentary, where they made a remark, what potential can be found in the women Africa dismisses. Just thought this is, got me thinking. Lastly, we pastors are still waiting. What do we say to them about the sermon? Have you got any ideas that you would like to share?
I loved the Ghani's input when we're living in a society that reeks of intolerance, impatience. We would like to blame the political climate for that, but I think the scripture of today is countercultural when you mentioned compassion. Jesus showed compassion. You know, and while you were talking, I see in that walking alongside, walking with, walking together, journeying together, all the time crossing boundaries. Being surprised and surprising.
Thank you, Bruce. Someone else?
Yeah, just in terms of congregations, whether we like to admit it or not, we have our own religious walls and boundaries. And I think for pastors, for ministers, this is definitely a challenge to ask the question within your own congregation, what are the boundaries that we put up, religious boundaries and so many others, and that we need to challenge, and Jesus does. He certainly
Absolutely, absolutely. And he calls us to follow him on that route. I mentioned that the way Jesus is reaching out to this woman, I mean, that has really appealed to me. You know, what he's doing to come to her. We often call people to church, you know, come to God, but the story of the incarnation is, if we don't come, Jesus is coming to us where we are. But then also, I think the whole process of, you know, I would like to work that in the sermon somewhere, of recognizing Jesus. To see her, I mean, it's almost as if there was something holding this woman back. You know, how she sidestepped and asked other questions. Took a long time before she could start to see who Jesus really was. And you mentioned, Bruce, when the disciples come back, you would have think they would know. They've spent time with him, but they even know him. I mean, I just think it's a warning for us that we think we've been Christians for years, many of us, and we know Jesus. We don't know him as well as we think we know him. There's always more to Jesus than we think we know.